Meaning, public money, the Baytul Mal, the public purse, the leaders, they use it whatever they want, however they want, they pass it around, they make false claims, and it's all our money. They don't distribute it fairly among the community, only among themselves, and they take it as theirs, whereas it should be distributed equally. Over here in England, alhamdulillah, we have benefit system, and nobody remains homeless, or they do try and help people through benefit, social services, DSS, whatever. But we go in other lands, back in our own lands, we see the rulers, they are ruthless, they are greedy people. Wealth is not distributed. Even you go in Arabian lands, I've been to Saudi Arabia, one of the richest countries, but we were traveling from Makkah Mukarramah to Medina Munawwara, and the driver took us to his village. And when he went off the motorway and he went inside the village area, it seems like we are in a third world country. There is no proper tarmac on the roads, kacha road, and there's, goats and dogs and cats and chickens running around, and no cleanliness, and water, sewage flowing. And all this, you feel that this is Saudi Arabia, this looks like a third world country. So they are not distributing the wealth properly. There is no proper benefit system around there. Like alhamdulillah, over here at least people are given enough money to survive. We can pay our bills, eat food. Alhamdulillah wa shukrulillah. So Rasulullah is saying that public money is passed around like own money. The kings and the princes, they take it as theirs, the wealth is theirs, they don't distribute it properly among the community. Another thing, Chaliye. Trust is taken as booty, amanat. If a person gives amanat to a friend, that look, I am going abroad, this is my money, £5,000, please keep it safe with you, I'll take it back from you when I come back. So this friend says, mashallah, mashallah, ghanimat, war booty is here. And he takes it, he uses it, and then when the poor friend comes and asks for it, he says, what money? You didn't give me any money. He denies it. So the trust is taken as booty, and people use it as their own money and refuse to return it. People buy things from people and then don't pay for it. You see many wholesalers, they are into debt because people buy buy goods and don't pay for it. People trick them, deceive them. So this type of treacherous, deceptive nature is common and widespread among people. Tell you,
Zakah is seen as a penalty.
Zakah is seen as a penalty. People don't see zakah as an ibadat. Like salah is an ibadat. Tilawat is ibadat. So zakah and charity, almsgiving is also a form of worship. So people don't take it as a form of worship, they take it as penalty. It's a fine. It's like a parking ticket. Why should I pay the penalty? Why should I pay a fine? I'm not giving zakat. And people eat up zakat year after year after year and don't calculate their zakah properly, and don't give it to the rightful owners, the poor people. Chaliye.
Knowledge of deen is acquired for reasons other than spreading the deen.
Yeah, people acquire almayadeen. They want to become alims, alimas, hafiz, hafiza, but not for the pleasure of Allah, and not for understanding the deen and to practice, but because these days, it's hard to find jobs. So if I become a Maulana Sahab, I can become an Imam and get lots of money. So people acquire ilm-e-deen for reasons other than deen. So there is greed in there, even with ilm-e-deen. People are playing around with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So deen should be acquired for the pleasure of Allah, and to understand and to learn and attain and achieve the pleasure of Allah. But people don't keep that in mind. They acquire ilm-e-deen for money. Chaliye.
A man obeys his wife and hurts his mother.
Meaning when there is a slight conflict, he hurts his mother, abuses, insults, swears at his mother, and he always listens to the wife. Now, there should be a balance. Both should be kept happy. But where there is conflict, at least your mother is elderly, your wife is young, and elderly people are, weak, frail. So you should give them preference. And this is what normally happens. But a time will come when a person, he will be so infatuated with his wife and in love with her that he will always, ignore and abuse and insult his mother. He will keep the mother like a slave, and she will be doing all the housework, and the wife will be, having nice time. So when these things happen, when a person hurts his mother and always follows his wife, chaliye, draws his flank crows and distances his father, that his father, he drives him away. And friends, oh yes, friend circle, Friday night fever going out all the time. Your father needs you over here, he needs to go to the doctor, hospital, send him in ambulance. Or put him in the old people home. People don't want to do khidmat of their parents. This is what happens. Chaliye.
Voices are raised in the masajid.
Voices are raised in the masajid. Masajid become playgrounds. We should be quiet, silence in the masjid. But people don't respect the masjid. They talk about worldly affairs, scream, shout in the masajid. And they have been to some masajid where it's like a playground. Children running around and jumping on one another like, playground. So Rasulullah is saying the respect for masajid is gone from the hearts of the people. Chaliye.
Tribes are led by the wicked.
Chaliye, small tribes. A tribe should be led by, the pious. A family or a tribe or a community should be led by the pious, who are understanding, who have wisdom, understanding, logic. They should be the leader of the tribes and the community. However, they are put down, they are taken as backwards, they are thrown backward, they are said ullu kapatta, and then people take the fusaq and the fujjar and they rule the community and the tribes. Chaliye.
Leader of the community is the most despicable.
Chaliye, this is similar to the last one.
The person is respected for fear of hypocrisy.
People don't respect a person for respect, meaning there is no respect in the heart. Only respect on the lips. Assalamu alaikum, you okay, my friend? Otherwise, in the heart you are angry at him. So this is called hypocrisy, nifaq. So this type of hypocrisy is common among the community. People only respect the other for fear of his reprisals, of his harms. Chaliye.
Pop stars and musical instruments become widespread.
Widespread everywhere, wherever you see, in homes, on roads, in the cars, in shopping malls, and wherever you go, there is so much songs everywhere. You can't close your ears. You don't feel like going to the shopping malls because of too much songs on there. So everywhere this culture becomes high and rampant. Chaliye. Intoxications are consumed on a larger scale. Everybody is into intoxications, and so much alcohol is consumed. And not just alcohol, drugs and all these things which intoxicate the mind. People are into these things. Chaliye.
And the latter of this ummah cursed their formers.
The latter of this ummah cursed their formers, the Sahaba, the Tabi'een, Tabi'een. People curse them rather than respecting them, praying for them, saying Rabbana ighfir lana wa li ikhwanina alladhina sabaquna bil iman. They don't make these dua. Instead they curse the Sahaba. They call the Sahaba kafir. Some people, the Shias, Rawafid, they say that all the Sahabas became kafir after the death of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were all murtad, na'uzu billah, apostates. So these types of claims. Also, some people curse the Aimma, who was Abu Hanifa, who was Shafi, who was Malik, who was Ahmad ibn Hanbal. We don't follow them, we don't want to know them. So the latter generations, in spite of having little or no knowledge, they curse and abuse and insult the former generations, whereas they should be respecting the earlier generations, the communities, and instead they start cursing them and abusing them. When these 13 things happen, what will happen? Rasulullah says, then anticipate dangerous hurricanes, earthquakes, collapsing of the earth, disfigurement of the bodies and faces, and raining of stones, and such signs that follow in succession like beads of a necklace when the string is cut, and so the beads fall in successions. So continuously you will hear throughout the world, somewhere this is happening, other places that is happening, other places that is happening. And every day we hear. Someone just sent me a text the other day that, within the last 30 days there have been 4 earthquakes in Panama. Maybe on a smaller scale, they didn't cause so much devastation as the Chilean earthquake, where hundreds of, where thousands of people died. So we only hear about the large earthquakes, but small earthquakes, tremors, they keep happening. They even happen over here as well. Some time ago over here as well, last year or the year before, the students in our school, they were studying at night because the exams were closed. And at 11 o'clock, half 11, they were studying in the masjid, and suddenly the chandelier started to shake. So they were scared. Why are the chandeliers shaking? And then the next morning we found out that there was a small earthquake and reached Cumbria and here and there, and it was felt near Blackburn, and the tremors were felt there. So these types of things, they are signs from Allah. Allah shakes the earth. And the reasons are what mentioned over here. So we need to get rid of them if we want peace and security from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.